Come on, you red piece of shit, you're gonna make me late. Fuck, thank God. Day 2 of tank farm. We didn't even start yet. Over here in Bruderheim, stayed at the hotel, which I already told you guys. So, yeah, over there, that hotel. Studio 6. Just like a Motel 6, which I'm guessing it's from the same company because the logo and stuff is pretty much the same. So, basic, but better than sleeping right there. No continental breakfast. No name coffee Keurig, which, well, it's better than nothing, I guess, because I would have had nothing because I didn't bring anything. Usually I would rock enough stuff. If I knew I was staying overnight, I would have brought all my own stuff, but hopefully that slides. Yeah. I do have my electric razor, but I think it's dead. Figured out. I'll be like, I need a wall charger. I do have that, I don't know if there's enough power to charge my shaver. There wasn't enough to run the laptop. That sucks. I think it would be fine if it's like if you direct connect to the battery. I'm like, look, I'm gonna do that. Guess I could probably piggyback off something that the amplifier's on, but anyhow, hell of a storm last, like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was just like, we're right by the train tracks, run right here, and it's a pretty busy area, and I was all like, oh, as soon as I got in there, I was, I'm like, right. And then it wasn't until, yeah, I had no problem sleeping and stuff, but yeah, 3 o'clock, it was thunder and lightning, and the wind was just howling. It was making the air conditioning unit was like surging, and the fan was like up and down, and I was like, oh man. It would take a look and see what's going on. I didn't pull the curtain back, and it's just, the wind is whipping around. I was on the corner room, and it was just whipping around, lightning. I was like, great, now we won't be able to do anything because there's lightning, because you can't put anything up in the air if there's lightning. But it's all gone. Like always, it's Alberta. Wait 2 minutes and it's gone. Well, not always. I've proven that wrong once or twice. So we're gonna grab trailer and get situated again and do some more sitting. Please stand by. Operation Sit and Wait engaged. ETA, eternity. It's brutal. Nobody here has any experience in setting up a tank farm like this, and the liner they got is like, I don't even know what mill it is, but I've experienced it before when I worked for Vesta. It's like the C-ring liners that they put all the water in their big pools. That's how thick of a liner we got. We got wind blowing straight up, and I'm like, dude, you guys, we got to keep this down or it's gonna blow away. No, and everybody's like standing and holding it, filled with air, and messed everything up like multiple times. Trying the best we can. Like, we're limited. We got me and 3 Clean Harbors guys, and then the riggers for the crane, 2 riggers. They're helping. That's it. And it's, what is it, 110 by, did you say 60? Yeah, 110 by 60. Like, that's big, man. What time is it now? What time is it now? It is 12:48. And the crane guy goes on break from like 120 to 220, and he's out of here at 4. So if I'm gonna do, I gotta get doing. I'm like, we gotta get these mats spotted so I can just work on getting these tanks stood so I can get out of here, because I don't want to stay another night. Well, I still have just the second load on the back, so we just got the liner down, the berm blocks half in, clamped to that half, liner pulled out. We're about to start picking mats, but I'm pretty sure he'll be like, it's too close to break time, we better wait until after break. If I wasn't rushing the ordeal, it'd be a 3-day ordeal. I'm just like, let's do this, do this, do that. Well, I haven't done it for like 2 years, but it's not that hard. The hardest part is the liner because it's so freaking thick. It's way overkill. It's basically reusable, but when I get back to the grind, I guess. See you in a bit. Alright, we're just about ready to start grabbing tanks here, just waiting for confirmation on if I can, I know I can bed load them and I can fit. There's one riser that's 6.4 meters high, and I'll be about anywhere from 5.5 to 5.6 meters high, so lots of room there. But I got to get in through the extraordinary load gate, so just got Buddy checking in with security gate right now on if we can possibly, well, there's no way around it, we have to do that. And then instead of bringing them in one at a time with the trailer and then having to dump them off the trailer, unhook from the trailer, stand the tank, hook back on the trailer, and come back out and repeat that process 8 times, hopefully we can just bed load them in, because if that's the case, I guess I could just take them in 2 at a time. There's a bit of a spot we can unload, maybe 4, stand 4, and then repeat the process for another 4, but it's a slow go. So it is what it is. It's a plant site. Stay tuned. Oh yeah, they're letting us go in gate number 3. There's some obstructions, like there's card readers and the arm that goes up and stuff, and I'm just like, it's gonna be pretty tight, and I have to come through here 8 times. So I'm like, usually all the big wide loads will go through this gate. I know I've had to sneak through there before with stuff, but I can't remember. I know I've came out of this plant with 2 400s on a trailer, and I can't remember it clearly. I think I did try, but because of the ladder cages, I was like, oh man, I don't want to risk hitting something, so they're like, yeah, we can use this gate. I remember I had to back up and go through this other gate. But Hopefully it goes a little faster now. They gotta wait for somebody to come and unlock this gate. And hopefully after that it's smooth sailing. Like, we have an unlock somewhere else right now and we gotta be here as soon as possible. Hope so. Wanna get her done today. Tank number 2. Talked to the crane guy, and so we got like it would be nice to get 3 stood. He's like, I don't know if I can reach that far. They have to work within 75% their chart, which is super gay because it's an 80-ton crane. And he's like, I don't think I can reach over there. I'm like, what do you mean you can't reach over there? I'm like, if we had a 45-ton crane here, we'd be reaching over there all day. But he's like, I have to work within 75% chart. I'm like, copy that. And then I got to deal with this gate every time. They lock it up solid. I'm like, why are you locking it up? But it's protocol, so it's locked. They're like, it might be 10 minutes before we get over there and open that gate. So it's really taken its toll on ETA for stuff. It's a process to get in. It's okay to come out, but process to go in. Shift change, time to deal with traffic. This hasn't been a problem now. It's pedestrians like coming like wildfire inside the plant. I gotta like stop, wait. They just keep coming, they just keep coming. Oh, it's green. My turn. that was probably the longest I've ever had to spend doing berm package tank farm. I know plant work is slow, but not that I would have been more probably sad if I didn't get to go home. And then I had to stay another day. I was just like, so it took most of the day to get the liner. Oh my lord, that thing was, we didn't have enough people. That thing was pretty HD. Plus it was oversized because they wanted 130%. So it was mega oversized for just in case there's spills. I think it's because what was flowing, they were going to flow glycol out of the glycol tank into filtration system into those 400s, and then once that was done, they were going to 3D clean the inside of the glycol tank and then filtrate it back in. So I don't know why it had to be 130%, but I'm sure there's a reason behind it, because it's a plant site, and just like you can't lift over 75% in your chart when you're running a crane, they like to have, if you're gonna have this much that might spill, let's make sure we have that plus 30%. So once that I was just like throwing blocks, pulling liner, I'm like, we gotta get this done today. I'm like, got to. So I was helping out at like 110%. Every time I had a chance, I would sneak a load bin, dump it off, and I'd be like, okay, I'll go grab the next one, come back, and then I would help throw blocks around and do whatever, you know, I could do. The picker, well, not even picker, crane side of it, they had like an RT crane. And that was cool and everything, but he was only allowed to do 75% chart, which I was like, well, you should be able to do all this no problem. He was using a zip line, or I think that's what you would call it. That's what we call it on a picker. At first to spot the mats, and then he had like a 6-part main winch. And when he was lifting the tanks, he used that instead too, which is great. So he got one tank in, and I'm like, okay, well that'll give me enough for him to spot the rest of these. Kind of, I explained to him, I'm like, I'm gonna spot some here, and then I'm gonna spot some there. He's like, I'm like, how do you not know? I'm sure he knew. He just was confused at what I was trying to lay on him, because I think he maybe didn't have to deal with tanks before. And then every time the job scope changed, when I brought something out, like when the mats, oh, we don't have the right rigging for this, so they have to go get rigging. That takes an hour. And then when I brought in tanks, they were looking at it while it was on my truck before I put the first one down. They're like, well, and then waited until I flopped it down. They're like, well, we had to go get some more rigging for that. I was like, oh my lord. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be able to get it done today. And then they were like, yeah, you need to be out of here by 8 p.m. You're not allowed to work more than 12-hour shift in the plant, which is fine. I get that too. And that's pretty much normal across Alberta. That's how they run. So I was in a panic. I got done by 7. So that's good. We stood them all up. He should be able to spot them. He might have to move once, or, well, he'll have to move once for sure. And if you have to move twice, well, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I can't spend a whole nother day just because you don't want to move one more time. I'd like to go home. I didn't plan on it being that long. Glad I didn't eat my lunch yesterday and I got cut loose early, because if I would have ate that, then I would have had nothing today. We stayed in Bruderheim. I don't think they had continental breakfast, because I went out and started the truck. They're like, the note is like, you come in the east gate, or the east door's got a card swipe. Went out and started the truck, come back, card wouldn't let me in. I'm like, great. I looked inside the windows, I'm like, I don't see any food. Maybe it was in the restaurant. Damn, that could have been too. So yeah, would have like hit the Shell gas station and had like some gross preservative strudels and just junk. Stuff that I wouldn't even eat for breakfast. I was like, ugh. Like, I gotta have something. So that's good. We got that all flanged up. Hopefully it's okay. The boss is like, well, there might be an issue with lifting because some of those tanks don't have ears on them. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, where there's a will, there's a way. It's just a matter of can you do it while you're at a planned site. So I'm gonna be on days off ASAP. So I got like enough hours to get home and then I'm off. So if it does change, hopefully I don't have to partake in it. It was a real pain in the butt to have everything outside of the gate like that in the laydown area. Like the mats were okay, but every time you had to come in, it was a pretty tight squeeze in the gate. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna risk it because if we hit it, then what's the point of risking it? But every time I came in, I had to call, and it took like 10 minutes to get through the gate every time I came back in. So I was like, oh. But anyways, cool. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for your support on Patreon. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the thumbs up. Everybody's being pretty good. What did I call the security once after shift change? It's like, oh, I can't remember if it was boyfriend or husband. So sorry. It's like, yeah, my boyfriend or husband makes me watch you all the time. She's like, is this the YouTube guy? I'm like, maybe. I'm thinking they're gonna like grill me and they're like, you making a video while you're out there? No. So, yeah, you know I'll come up with something. With some blur action. We'll see what it looks like when I get it on the computer and set it up. So, Jay Christensen, hello.